Today we're going to be taking a look at the Blink security camera and my thoughts after 2 years of use. So let's get into the first 30-second breakdown. That's where in the first 30 seconds, give or take, I give you guys my exact thoughts on this product before we get into the full review. That way you can just stop watching because now you know exactly what I think about this, or you continue watching and find out why I say those things. Along with it does help out with the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate that. So with the Blink cameras, I wanted a security system for my house. One, because I was working night shift at the time and I wanted something for my wife and my children just to have a little bit of a peace of mind, something I could watch and she could feel comfortable knowing that there was something kind of watching over while I wasn't home. I ended up picking the Blink system up because, like a lot of people, I didn't want to have to wire up your traditional cameras. Along with this was a super simple setup, having 3 pieces, including the camera. All you do is bolt this to wherever you want it. You're going to connect this piece to that, and then you're just going to clip the camera in, and then you angle it wherever you want. So the camera quality is good. It's not going to be great. It's not going to beat your more expensive cameras, but it is good enough for what I wanted to be able to protect my house and see who might be at my house and what they're doing. It has 2-way audio, which is really cool. It doesn't work super great. It's not the best audio in the world, but I could talk to somebody if I wanted to, but it wasn't something that I really wanted to have a long conversation with somebody on. Now, the night vision mode or the infrared or night mode is really good. I was surprised. I actually didn't think it was going to be super good, but I was happily surprised with the night vision on this and being able to see at night, especially at my front porch. These are weatherproof, and I've not had any issues with the weather on the outside ones, and the battery life is actually really good on these. I've only had to change the batteries once on 2 of them, and I've never had to change the one in the basement, mainly because I'm able to turn it off, which is actually a really cool perk of these. You can turn them off or on to save battery life, or if, say, you're outside working, or I had one down in my safe room, and I kept turning that off because if I was in that room, I didn't want the cameras to constantly be recording or going off. Now, the biggest benefit with this is there is no subscription for these versions. I know there's newer versions out that came out and there's a subscription fee for those, and that is going to be a personal preference if that fee is too much for you. But if you were grandfathered in with these ones or the older ones, or you're looking at these ones, there is no subscription fee, which is pretty cool. And that's why I really was attracted to these, because I know a lot of the cameras out in the market now are all based off subscription fees. So other than that, I think this is a fantastic camera for the price. I bought 3 of them for $200 at the time. I know the prices are a little bit different now because of the fees and everything that goes along with it, but I think this is a really good system for the price. If you don't want to go into getting something wired and going through that whole process or going and spending tons of money, I think for the price, the camera quality and the ability of this is really cool. So now let's get into my relationship with Blink. I do not work with Blink. I do not work with Amazon. They did not send this to me. I did spend my own money on this. It's just something that I personally wanted, and I decided after long use, and I know these are a lot more popular now, I decided I would share my thoughts here on YouTube with you guys to help you maybe make a better choice if this is something you want or do not want to spend your money on. So let's just get right into the full review and go over the pros and cons. Hopefully you enjoyed the 30-second breakdown. For those of you that don't want to watch a 10-minute long video, hopefully that was able to answer some of your questions and give you a better decision early on. If not, if you want to watch and find out exactly why I say those things and all the pros and cons of this system, feel free to carry on and watch. So this camera system I think is great. I love the quality for what I use it for. I don't think it's going to beat your higher end cameras and systems, but I don't think it's meant to. You're spending $200 on 3 cameras, which isn't really a ton when it comes to security systems. So as long as you understand that going in, that you're not going to get the best high quality system out there with this, you're good to go. So it's really going to be a personal preference on what you want. There are some cons that might draw you away from the system, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but we're going to stick with the pros right now, which another pro is going to be the actual user face and everything. The app works really well. It's super easy to work. You can turn off the cameras and on, which is really convenient if you want to save battery. I only had to change the batteries once on these, which I thought was pretty good because one was on my front door and the other was on my back door, and one was in my basement. The reason I turned them off is because I had some plants actually that always moved in the wind, so I turned that one off a decent amount, which was kind of annoying because it kind of defeated the purpose. But the front door was the main one I wanted, and the basement or the safe room that I had at the time. So the app is very easy to use. It's really nice to be able to save all your videos. Everything goes right to the app, and then you can save them and do what you want from there with them. Like I said in the 30-second breakdown, I'm super happy with the nighttime quality of this, being able to see at night at the front door or in my basement when the lights were off. So that makes me happy, being able to actually see what's going on at nighttime. You know, doesn't make these completely useless at night when you're really going to want them the most. Now, what I think might be the biggest benefit to this system is how quick and easy it is to set up and how easy the system is to use. Now, this is basically all it comes with, other than a module that you plug into. You connect it to your internet. As long as you are somewhat tech savvy. I wouldn't say you have to be really advanced in any way. I'm not the most advanced person with phones or internet or anything, but as long as you kind of know what to do and how to use, or if you could set up an Amazon Alexa, you're going to be completely fine with setting something up like this. Directions are pretty simple. You just set it up to your internet, which then connects to your camera. From there, you just put the camera wherever you want, point it where you want it to go, and then you start recording, which is cool. You could set a lot of different things up, like the time, the sensitivity. You can take areas away. So if you have a busy intersection, you don't want that to be seen, you can cut that off and take that away so it does not pick up that movement, which is cool. And you can set up the length and how long you want your videos to record. Setup and mounting is wildly easy. You just take this base plate, you screw it into whatever you want it to, which I put it to my deck, and then I put it to my siding on the side of the house, and then you just click the camera in. Very simple, very easy, no wires, no confusion. You just bolt it to where you want and then point the camera, which is my favorite thing and really the thing that attracted me most about this system. Now, if I owned a business, this is probably not the thing I would choose for something like this. This is something I think is great for personal use at your house, or just something simple that you would just like cameras watching just in case something happens. This is going to pick up everything you want, but I wouldn't trust this for business use per se. Now, the reason I say that, one of the downfalls is the finickiness sometimes this camera system can have. Sometimes my videos would only record for 3 seconds, even though I had them set up for 60 seconds. And sometimes I would just pick up someone walking up to my front door. I would have no video quality of them actually being at the front door, and then it would pick up them walking away. So sometimes I would have some issues with this system. I'd have to reset it. So you are gonna have some problems here and there. And I think that's really gonna come with the fact that it's just a cheaper system, and you just gotta know when going with this kind of system, you might have that problem. It's never caused me a problem where I needed to know or needed the camera footage and didn't get it, but it definitely could cause a problem. So it is an issue and something I wanted to mention in the review. Sometimes it does have a problem with recording the correct length. I don't know why it does that. I don't know how to fix it. I've contacted their customer support. They've said I just need to reset things. I did, and it didn't really fix the problem. The majority of the time, it would record perfectly long 60-second clips, and I would see everything I wanted to, but every once in a while, I would throw a random clip where the FedEx guy would just walk on my front door, and then I would not see anything else, and I would wonder what was going on. I'd click the live view, or I'd see him on the front porch, or I'd see him driving away, and it didn't pick it up. So that was a frustration for a little while, and is something I definitely wanted to note on here for you guys to know. So all in all, with all that being said, I think this is a really good system to go with. For those of you that have to pay the subscription, you're gonna have to decide if that's enough for you. Me personally, I'm not big into subscription fees, especially if it's, I think it's $3 a camera per month. So if you have 3 to 5 cameras, that adds up really quickly, and it could be hundreds of dollars a year. So if this is worth it to you, I think the system and the fact that Amazon bought it and everything, that you can use their customer service, is gonna be a lot easier and much easier to use and maybe not as stressful. I think that's a pro, but I do understand the subscription fee is kind of annoying. So I think for somebody that just wants a really easy system to work with and something just for your house, or maybe interior, exterior, doesn't matter either way, I think this is a really good system if you think that cost is worth it. Now, if you're a business owner and you're looking into this, I would probably look at something else. I personally would go to a more wired system, something that's a little bit more trusted and has a little better of a interface maybe, just because I don't think I would trust my business with this system. So I hope this video helps you out and helps you make a better decision if this is a product that you want to purchase for yourself, or maybe this tells you that this is not the product for you and you can look elsewhere and find something that works best for you. That is the goal, is to be able to find the best product for you and help you spend your money in the right way. I appreciate you watching the video. A company that helps support my channel and the things I do is Howitzer. Really love this company. They're a clothing brand. I wear their clothes all the time. One of the coolest things, they donate 5% of proceeds to charity, which is a really big help. And they donated a ton of money to charity so far in the last couple of years that they've been doing this. Other than that, if you guys are interested in different stuff, you guys can check out my other content and see what other stuff I have on my channel. If you like it, stick around, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.